I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. We've got a full house again tonight, and we've got some fun shit to talk about. But the first thing I want to bring up, tell me how much this intrigues you boys. So it sounds like Khamzat and Kamaru Usman is legit in the works, but Dana just put one stipulation on it. He's like, I'm not doing catch weight shit. He's like, that means nothing. It has to be at 185, but it can go if it's at 185. What do you guys think?
Oh, well, first off,
yeah, that's
so who's the backup once Khamzat doesn't make it?
185 he can make.
You think so?
yeah,
Yeah.
185, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was the weight he couldn't?
Wasn't that 170?
That was 70 that he was
Okay.
being tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think Usman, you don't want that fight because you lost your belt, then you lost a rematch, and they're, them top 4, 5 guys are just loaded up, and you take this fight and lose, you start sliding down and have to fight these guys again and again. Yeah, I don't know if that's a fight.
I thought you were going to take the words right out of my mouth. This could be the one where he's done.
Yeah, I think
you know what I mean? I don't mean like done. Like, of course he'd still be able to, but like once you have to make that climb again, and this could be the one like you're.
Right.
Now, we saw.
I mean, because he's already fairly old, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
And, you fight 2-3 times a year, and that's it. So try to make that climb again.
Yeah. We did see if you're gonna do it though, like there is mass upside for him if he were to beat him, right?
Yeah.
There really is. And we did see what we thought Khamzat was basically untouchable, right? Like it looked like he was gonna be running through this for a while, and we saw a little weakness. What's that? What fight was that where he
Gilbert Burns, yeah.
Yeah, Gilbert Burns. When it went past 2 rounds, there was nothing left in that man, right? And Usman's every one of his fights goes to the 5th round. Yeah, does it not? I'm pretty sure if you pull it up,
he doesn't finish fights.
And it goes the distance.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying there is a heavy upside. But I'm actually with you. My initial thought was done if you take that and you lose.
You become possibly that gatekeeper to the top 5 kind of guy.
Yep.
Yeah, here, I'm with you both on every point you just made. So the problem is he's the one that called out Khamzat.
He needs to.
He said that. He's like, I think this is a we can headline a pay-per-view. He's like, let's do Saudi Arabia, which I think is in October. And I think that he's kind of on his way out. He's trying to look for a big fight that'll make him money. Because you're right, he's old, dude. I don't think he has knees. He hasn't had knees in years. So, like, probably trying to get some cash before he rolls out. And, I don't think a loss to Khamzat, worst case scenario for him, that's not that bad. He's the guy on the climb, right? He's on the rocket ship. So if you were to lose to him, you make a bunch of money, and it doesn't hurt that bad.
Well, for your legacy, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt for your legacy, but it would be maybe it's exactly what you said. It's because he knows he's on his way out and he wants one good payday. But if he's legitimately in his own head thinking that he can come back up, it is one hell of a risk. Your career is just. I'm not saying it's done. You're going to be. God, who was the most famous one we were talking about not that long ago? That it was like that dude that you always had to face. First off, Donald Cerrone was that towards the end of his career. You always had to face him to get to what was that Santos or whatever. Am I mixing him up? Heavyweight.
Junior Dos Santos.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess you could say he was sort of one. Frank Mir.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but got Lionheart or whatever. Kind of like that guy too, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's one hell of a risk. But if he wants just a payday, absolutely. Then if that's all it's about, he's 36.
That's up there for MMA.
In MMA, that is old.
Yeah.
Well, in most sports, that's old. So, yeah, I think it'd be still fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. If you want to continue it,
yeah.
What is going on then, Jimmy, besides all that?
You already broke this to us earlier, and I was shocked. I had to look it up. I was on the road, went to a baseball game, and what the hell happened? DeAndre Hopkins got released.
Yeah, at least the Cowboys got a 5th rounder for
Yeah, they let you guys off the hook then, right?
Amari Cooper. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for Amari, you're like, fuck yes, thank you for being stupid.
All right.
So, shocked. I'm gonna give you a little stats for it. It was, so he was owed a cap hit. Sorry, team high $30.75 million cap hit. He also was the highest in the NFL wide receivers and the 7th highest overall.
Yeah. So
Something had to happen. Just don't know. I'm pretty sure this isn't what it should have been. But they only save $8.15 million in cap space this year with a $22.6 million cap hit. Dead cap, sorry.
Yeah, man.
yeah, and that roster's bad, so I don't think they're in cap trouble by any means.
No. What was your initial thoughts first?
I expected something to happen. I honestly have expected more moves, and maybe after this June 1st deal, we'll see some more from them. But, Buda Baker requested a trade, so I'm guessing that's coming at some point. An interesting thought. It's come across that the new coach and Murray, it's kind of not the best fit. So unfortunately they just paid him, so it's hard to be like, man, they'll trade him, get rid of him. But you start looking at a couple teams, and one that comes to mind, Minnesota.
Hold on. Did you not see? I want you to finish your thought so bad, but you did not see when they hired that coach and he was humming on him?
I saw that.
Where's Kyler? And then he's like,
I saw that, but then after that, it's come out that it's not quite exactly the best fit. And, Minnesota comes to mind big time after saying that Kirk is not, basically like, thanks but no thanks, Kirk.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's go get him.
No.
But
you're about to piss
I don't
him
think
off.
that'll happen. I think once you pay him that kind of money, a quarterback like that doesn't get traded. But it'd be interesting. I think, if a team like that wants to really lose and try to get that top pick, Caleb Williams, for next year, where you bring it, or, whoever, pick your guy, right, and start over. So, interesting. But I think we'll see a few more before Cardinals are done.
Well, first off, the Cardinals can go ahead and thank Kyler Murray for being a franchise killer. First, you got rid of, who was it, Rose? The number one quarterback they took the year before?
Rosen.
Yeah. So you get rid of Rosen. You get a 5'6" midget.
Hold on. Rosen was horrible. Rosen was horrible.
You get a 5'6" midget that's a crybaby. You get rid of one of the top 10 wide receivers in the league, and he misses 6 games a year guaranteed. Still top 10. Third off on all that, you release him. You don't get a fucking penny out of this guy. You're giving him money to go, I don't want you to play with me anymore. Play for me. And then he goes, yeah, I don't want to play with your 5'6" midget.
I think that's a direct quote.
I love it.
I believe that was a direct quote. Well, he loves it because he has a thing against like short
everything
quarterbacks.
you just said.
Yep. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah,
So Minnesota, go get that man.
No, I don't.
Stop.
I
Better not.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about where Hopkins is gonna go,
Hold on, we'll get to that part.
oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing when Kyler, I literally think this, and I texted you guys that earlier, but it's going to be amazing when he starts complaining about the lack of talent around him.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, you had, when healthy, the best wide receiver in the league, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, Miles, that's a good way to put it. He misses 6 games. He's still top 10. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be great. And I did not know that he's got a bad thing going with the coach right now, too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part either.
Yeah. He
Yeah, I
said,
guess it doesn't fit.
and his wife.
What?
Holy shit.
I don't
doesn't
know.
fit.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that when Sean McVay and Jared Goff were falling off, and like, yeah, Jared Goff said in the locker room that he would sleep with Sean McVay's wife,
Shit.
and then he got traded to Detroit. I mean,
Dude. Okay.
Yeah.
There's not much more I can say about what you guys already have said, except for the one thing I'd add is he actually had even more receivers than even arguably the best receiver in the league. he also there's at no point did he not have talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They always tried to even they always had receivers besides DeAndre. They had AJ Green. They brought in fucking Marquise Brown. They had another one too that I'm
Christian
not thinking
Kirk.
Christian Kirk was
Christian
there.
Kirk
Yep.
was there who was doing just fine, right?
Yeah.
And obviously did just fine with Jacksonville. So
Tight ends.
they
They
brought
had
in
their
tight
tight
ends
ends.
galore. That's what I was about to say next. Is they brought in tight ends galore. I'm not saying they were top notch premier because those guys get signed forever, but Max Williams is a pretty damn decent tight end, a pass catching option, right? The running backs, they had running backs that were at least middle par. They would never give it to one running back at a time. So you never know.
James Conner led the league in rushing touchdowns the year before he got traded to the Cardinals.
Well, it's also part of him. One guy you did forget, and it's because you're not thinking about the defensive side, is because they were going to pay him, they couldn't pay Chandler Jones, who just tears up the fucking league every year in sacks. Every single year.
Yeah,
I know you guys saw that. I know
Las
you've
Vegas.
definitely seen that video because and I bet you have. John Jones, we're big fans of him, but his brother Chandler, he's like, he's like walking there interviewing him or whatever. He's like, yeah, I love my brother. I love my brother to death, but I'd fuck him up. And they even tell him that, like, John even told me, he's like, the dude is like stupid strong. You can't. He bends around you. He's like, he wouldn't say that he would lose to him.
Yeah.
But he didn't say that he'd whoop his ass.
Yeah, those genetics are real, Miles.
Oh,
Dude, I did not know that. I never knew
There's
that.
a sister, too. There's a sister, I think, that balls.
Oh, do you think she's switching genders and then she can play on the men's side now and she's just out there knocking them out left and right?
Where are you going with this right now?
I just,
I get where you're going. She could be the one,
Yeah,
right?
right.
With those genes,
Yeah.
dude, I get you.
She's
Yeah.
out. Oh, you want me to fight? Who's he projected to fight next? That the dude that when they showed him in the fans looked like he was about to cry.
Neo chick?
Yeah.
She's gonna fight him instead.
Arthur Jones, Chandler Jones. I swear to God, there's a sister, too.
I actually thought there was another brother that was a freak.
Word to your mother, another mother.
Carmen Jones. Yeah.
Carmen
She's
Jones.
like,
And
I think
that's
she was
it?
like an
Okay.
Olympian or something. I'm pretty, if I remember correctly, it was something like that.
What?
I think their mom is an Olympian, right?
Wow.
If there was something like there's a lot of.
Is
either
their
way, but-
dad Lamar Ball?
No, Lamar wishes. He wishes.
Yeah.
Just
Not
out
even
here spreading
close.
genetics. Left
But
and
my
right.
next question for all three of you gentlemen, one at a time here, is where does he go? And then where would you like to see him go?
Me first, me
Because
first.
those can be two completely different things, okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rio. What do you got? Oh, you want to go first?
Yeah, I want to
Go ahead.
First.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Go first.
I'm gonna go first. I project him to go to Baltimore. That is my pick because they went all in on Lamar, so now they got to go all in on the wide receiver and the talent space. Do they have the money? Probably not because they gave it all to Lamar. But let's see what happens.
Hey, your team has shown everybody and the Saints there's no such thing as caps. So I don't even worry about the
Ish.
money. Who has money?
Ish.
Yeah, don't
we're
really worry
rebuild.
about
We're in a rebuild. We cap.
Is that are the Ravens your team? You think he goes to?
That's the team I think he
or
goes to.
the one that you believe, or where you
That's
want him to go?
That's the team I think he goes to.
Okay, what team do you want him to go to?
I think the Bengals are going to release T. Higgins. Or no, not T. Higgins. Is it T. Higgins?
Probably he's number
T-
3, right?
Yeah. No.
No, he's
no.
number
Who's
2.
no.
Taj Boyd.
Yeah, Taj Boyd.
Yeah, it's got to be
Tyler Boyd.
It's got to be
Tyler
T.
Boyd, sorry,
yeah.
I said Taj.
Is kind of
It's T. Higgins. I think they're going to get rid of T. Higgins because T. Higgins is a free agent either this year or next year. I haven't heard anything about his contract talks, but either way, I think they get rid of T. Higgins, and I think the Bengals bring in DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, that's where you want to see him go. Then
Yes.
I got you.
Okay.
What you got, Rio?
Where you got Rio?
So it come out that he's looking for a place that has, stable management, a decent quarterback, a good defense, and my pick is going to be the same as where I want him to go. Dallas actually makes a good. If those are his stipulations,
fucker.
He did. He come out and he said earlier, I'd love to play in Dallas as well earlier this year. So I can absolutely 100% seeing him going there.
I'm gonna change. First off, I'm
Fuck.
gonna change my decision now. But the reason why I said fucker is
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say that because everyone was saying that in our group text, right? But they weren't saying the Cowboys, and I was like, I actually could see him going to the Cowboys. They'd seen what happened when they only had one receiver. It wasn't good. You stick another dude over there if you want real success. I get you. So I'm actually agreeing with you. That's why I said fucker. So I'm gonna pick a different one by that time.
And then I do have one surprise one. Well, I guess surprising for me, and more I thought about it, but give me Jacksonville. It's gonna be a sleeper team.
Motherfucker, are you in my mind?
Young quarterback. He has weapons. The offense is already going to be decent. The owner's, a great owner. They've already shown they can take care of that division. They're going to be, they'll be just fine. So look for them to kind of maybe potentially be a sneaky place.
Dude, just because DeAndre said he liked the Big D doesn't mean he's talking about Dallas, all right? Come on now.
I think you're hoping somebody else means what you mean when you say it.
I'd have another Bud Light. Okay.
He already did. It's
I see what he did. Go
ahead, Danny.
So, getting in the mind of DeAndre Hopkins, right? He does not want to do what Julio Jones did, and he's injured all the time. He was the best receiver in the league. Could never win a Super Bowl, right? I think he's made his money. He still wants to make some money, but he wants the best shot to get to a Super Bowl. So I think it's somebody up in the AFC East. I think the Jets are the easy team to say. I could totally see him going to the Bills to play alongside Stephon Diggs, though.
Yeah. The only problem with the Bills is they really going to have to make some moves.
They're really tight.
They are really tight. I mean, they are really tight. And I know you listen to that about creating cap space, but hosing your team in the long run and stuff like that. I mean, there were talks they're going to let their linebackers walk because they couldn't pay them. So I mean, I'm not totally against it. That was definitely one of the go to Buffalo and try to win one or something like that. But
leave all the warm states.
I hate that you said the Cowboys though, because that makes a lot of fucking sense too.
You have to counterpunch the Eagles somewhere, right? They're getting way too far above everybody.
Yeah,
that you need a talent like
they
that.
need to swing for the fences. I think really.
If he stayed healthy.
I don't even think he has to. With Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Cooks, I don't think it's not like, hey, man, you got to stay healthy for 17 games.
Right. We need you at the end of the season.
Yeah,
the last few games and then the playoffs, right?
That's true.
Was that the answer to both, though? Where would you like to see him go?
Where would I like to see him go? Man, the Vikings would be fucking sick, but I don't know if that could happen. Playing alongside JJ would be obviously the move, but I can't do the fanboy shit, right? So I won't do that. I guess where would I like to see him go? Man, maybe it's the Bills for both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean, it'd be perfect. I mean, you have the quarterback, you have the defense, you have everything. The problem is going to be the money, but yeah, of course you'd like to see him go there, and you'd like to see somebody.
He's not going to demand the same money too. We got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, nowhere near that. No, but it's still going to be. What did Odell just sign? It's going to be
15,
that,
right? Yeah.
Right. It's going to be at least that, if not more. And most of these teams that are truly competing don't have that, unless they have a rookie quarterback or on a rookie deal. They may still have some.
Yeah.
Or you start kicking the can down the road, like you're going for it all. So that'll bring me to mind. It's got to be. I don't want. You already mentioned the Jets, so I'll leave it alone. But to build on your Jets one was that if they're really going for it all and you only have 1 or 2 years with Aaron Rodgers, yes, you fucking do this. You figure out the money right now. Whatever you got to do to kick shit down the road, ask who to take a pay cut or whatever. Whatever you have to do, you make that work, okay? Because you're swinging for the fence, right? You get him on the other side of Garrett Wilson. But realistically, this is probably going to be, and I say this all the time, but they never do it. It'd be Kansas City.
Yeah.
It'd be Kansas City they do need one. Yes, they just won the Super Bowl. I understand that. Travis Kelce is also what age at this point? We talked about this. He's getting really up there, especially for his age. This stuff isn't a catch up, especially at a tight end. You get hit everywhere, low, high.
Yeah.
They need another receiver that they can count on. especially in crunch time. Because once these teams actually wisen up and actually double team Travis Kelce, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I want to see him go is, and I will do, that's not a Charger. I do want to see him do I will do the fanboy stuff. I want to see him in Minnesota.
Fuck, that'd be amazing.
So the reason why I say that, and it is possible,
It's not a Charger.
and it's without kicking money down the road, because there are reports coming out now that Dalvin Cook is going to take a pay cut to stay there because he's not going to get the money he wants anywhere else, not as high as even with taking a pay cut. And nobody's really offering what most teams he would want to go to don't really need a running back right now. Not really. I mean,
Most of the
for
decent
what you'd have to
teams
pay
don't.
him. Yeah, that's what I mean. What you'd have to pay him. So reports are showing that he's about to do a pay cut to stay with the Vikings to keep a bigger chunk of his money.
Yeah.
So once you do that, you're going to relieve some cap space. You go and do something like that. You know, I'm not saying it'll be beneficial. We're putting a lot of. I don't know if you've looked at the roster lately. The Vikings defense. We're putting a lot of stress on Brian Flores' scheme.
Yeah.
You know, we really are. We're banking a lot on his scheme.
Where did he get that idea?
Who?
Your head coach. Where did he come from?
From the Patriots, Bill Belichick.
New England.
Your head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He came from New England.
Okay.
San Diego State?
No,
Quarterback?
the Rams.
Oh.
And that's where I'm going to tell
He
you
did?
Dalvin Cook's going to end up.
Dalvin Cook's not going to end
No,
up there.
there's only one play style that he fits in other than that one.
He fits in with
What?
he fits in with the Niners. He fits in with the
Nah,
Dolphins.
don't say the Niners.
Dolphins.
No, Niners run you till you're injured.
Right, and he gets injured.
He doesn't
gets
want to go
injured
there
after
and
he
get
touches-
injured right away.
The Dolphins. There's plenty of teams.
Okay,
that
the Dolphins, I'll give you that.
His style actually matches everybody's style because he's that type of back.
You think he's
can
that
do both.
versatile?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think he would want to go to a team knowing he doesn't get to catch the ball in the backfield anymore?
He will. They'll suit to that. What are you talking about? Like when you have a running back that can do that, you suit to that.
No, I get that.
You change your
I'm
offense.
just stating, would you change?
I think he wants his money still too.
Okay.
He's still young enough, especially running backs. He wants his money still. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But that's what the reports
I thought
are
it
saying.
was smart what I
So,
said, but you're good.
I think
It's not that bad. It's not impossible
yeah.
that he would go to the Rams. Okay, does that
Yeah.
make you feel
no,
better?
no. I just I like the backup better than I do him. I do.
We'll find out. I like
he
Alexander
looks
Madison
just
a lot.
like him.
He does. You get a little confused, especially when they both went to like single
Yeah.
numbers. But you're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I'm an Alexander Madison fan. Okay. But we're gonna find out if he can really do this for 16 games. He tears it up for the 1 or 2 games that Dalvin Cook isn't in. It's a completely different monster when you are the back for 16 games and people are planning against you. So,
Did you see where the Detroit Lions took the quarterback that you wanted?
yeah. That he
Why
wanted.
did they let that happen?
They've got other plans, man.
They didn't have but they didn't have enough draft picks in this one.
No, I get that, but do you guys ever think about the USC quarterback?
Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
They'd have to get the first pick.
They'd
man.
have to tank.
Yeah.
I don't think they would tank. They would trade for it.
Yeah.
You're sitting on Dalvin Cook. You're sitting on.
They won't get a first round pick from Dalvin. Would they give for a Christian
no,
McCaffrey?
I'm not saying a first round pick.
Well, you compile picks. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, yeah.
Either way, I think
It takes so much to move up, though. God.
the card.
Yeah, you're right.
It
you're
does.
right.
Especially when you have a clear cut number 1 quarterback.
I mean, look what Texans just moved up to 3, and they gave a fuckload up. you
Yeah,
know?
but when
Yeah.
I,
and they already had their quarterback at that point.
but that's what I
So
think.
they already knew that they weren't coming up for a quarterback, and they
Right.
gave up that much.
So the Vikings don't finish plus 800 or .800 or whatever. I'm thinking that you're losing spots the more games you win this year.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
They know they have to get a quarterback after this year.
I think they will. Yes, and yes. But I think they really do like this BYU quarterback, and I'm curious to see they like him a lot. His knock has been staying healthy. That's
Okay.
been his knock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything else has been there. That and his height. He's only like 5'11".
So you're saying he's a starter when it's done?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying they really like him. They thought of it as a huge draft steal. But he got banged up and a lot of people forgot about him.
Stop, Jimmer. Hype him up. You always
I'm
do
just
that.
saying-
You always do it.
I'm just saying
I'm not trying to. I don't know what the clear path is. That's also part of my problem. I don't know what their clear path is to grab a quarterback. I really don't.
Yeah.
Besides tanking, because they don't have a fuckload of picks in this one to try to move up.
No, but you
Unless they plan on giving away their future draft first-round picks to move up.
Yeah, I was really surprised they didn't go after somebody higher, that
But
second,
you've
third
read
round.
up on it. You're gonna know more than I am about it. I'm just stating that like I don't know their plans.
Every suggestion or every thought that there has not happened. So there's been stuff like the Adam Thielen before the season was over that they would trade him and get draft picks, not high end draft picks. They would trade Kirk Cousins and you might be able to potentially get a 3rd round pick for him, depending on where he is going, right? Stuff like that to compile and Dalvin Cook. None of it has happened. You don't have the draft picks. They don't have the draft capital. Yeah. So that's the reason why I'm confused. I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see, unless they trade away their future, like their true future first rounders to compile to go up. But
I think you've got to lose and get in the top 10.
Yeah,
and then
it gets a little cheaper.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Well, I mean, the Texans were what, like number 12 or something like that when they moved
Yep.
back up. But even still.
So Adam Thielen stayed with the Vikings.
No, he
went
went
to the Panthers.
He left in free agency.
Yeah.
He really did?
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say how smart of a man he was. I thought he was going to take less money to stay there for everything that he, like he grew up in the heart of Minnesota.
He did, but
he would have had to take a lot less money
from
what he got in Carolina.
A lot less, and he already did a hometown discount once.
Yeah.
Who else did Carolina get as a wide receiver? They got 2 of them, right? They got 2 veterans.
I can't remember who the other one was.
I can't remember off the top of my head who the other one is. Either because they traded more.
Yeah.
To the Bears. I can't remember who the other one is.
No, but they went veteran to teach their quarterback.
Yep.
Chark.
That was the other one. Yep.
Oh, from Detroit. Yep.
But that being said, before we move on to the next part, I think the Cardinals are just right back to what we were used to about, what is that, 15 years ago, and they didn't know how to win at all.
Yeah.
Negative, finishing under 500 this year.
Regular. Well, I think it'll just be a regular basis. I don't know where you go from here.
The only competition in that league, in the NFC West, is going to be the only times the Rams and the Cardinals play, and it's going to see who's tanking more.
Yeah, Seahawks are still trying to tank.
What?
Yeah, and did you say the Rams were going to be good? What the
Wait, who said the Rams are going to be good?
So this is where this will come in handy.
Are you dead serious?
I told you I did a little bit of my season one, but I'll redo it later. But I actually do have the Rams 11-6.
What?
I do.
Didn't the win totals come out?
Look at their schedule.
Didn't the win total projection
come out? Look at their schedule, and you'll.
What is our schedule? Can I see the schedule?
It's go one by one. I'm not.
No, I've never looked at the Rams' schedule this year. Can you Google it for me?
I don't know if he'll bring. They got the divisions. They do have Cincinnati. I had that as a loss, but they had the Colts. That's part of it. They have the AFC South.
Okay.
They have the Colts. Had them losing to the Eagles. No, I had them upsetting the Eagles.
Okay, you really?
I do. Cardinals. I had they play the Steelers, but I had the Steelers winning that. They had the boys winning. The NFC North. They face them.
Well, anytime the Rams play a quarterback that can rush outside the pocket, we lose.
Let's go.
The Packers could be in the ballpark for #1 pick. Bro.
LA Rams
going to be good.
Yeah, then
I don't like that.
6.5.
I don't like. You got them at 6.5 games.
They have opened at 6.5.
Over
6.5.
over all day.
We deviated pretty far though from DeAndre Hopkins.
Sorry.
Cardinals.
Sorry.
All I was saying is that we're going to go back to where we're used to seeing them about 10, 15 years ago where they couldn't win. Before they got Kurt Warner, basically.
Before they got Carson Palmer.
Hold on.
No,
is this going to be another year where you guys pick the Cardinals to win like 10 fucking games?
No.
Or what?
No.
Okay,
no. That one I'll tell you. 1-16. I'll tell you that right now.
Nice work. All right.
1-16. I have 1-16. And this is before DeAndre Hopkins was released.
I said DeAndre Hopkins got hurt. Kyler Murray got hurt. They played with like 4 different quarterbacks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't like
but
that.
They weren't
good with Kyler though.
They
okay?
just lost all the, they just lost all those They're losing all these cats. So you have guys that don't want to play. I literally, and that was without me even having to go back. I literally came out with 1-16.
No, it's all good. I just remember our
No, I
conversation.
was talking about last year.
You guys were calling me a hater because I said they were going to be the worst team in the division, and I was damn close to being right. So
Who was the worst team in the division?
your Rams were the worst team in the division.
Wrong question.
But what else is out there, brother?
Wrong hole, foo.
Jesus.
I know you guys saw this. Mr. Coach John Gruden is helping install offense with the Saints. You know who's there, obviously, our guy. Miles' guy, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I bought a card for him.
So that you have a little bit of insight. I didn't know this. I was telling him earlier. Well, first off, they run the same style of offense. It's Sean Payton's offense and his. Basically the same style. The intriguing part is that what we didn't know was John Gruden and Sean Payton coached together with the Eagles.
With the Eagles?
Yep. Gruden was the offensive coordinator, I do believe, and then Sean Payton was the quarterback's coach.
Yep.
So now they brought him in because Derek Carr was just because of the verbiage that was being used, kind of trying to get the playbook down.
Don't miss who the head coach was then, because that's Andy Reid. That's got to be Andy Reid.
Yeah, that for sure
97.
would have been.
Yeah.
97 might not have been.
Ooh.
Really close. He was there for a long time.
Yeah.
It's got to be Andy Reid because 97
But go ahead.
Vic. 97's Vic.
I'll look it up, but your initial thoughts of that.
It's good. It's a good move. I mean, if things click, they I don't know, Rio. You tell me what you think. I think they should win that division if things click, right?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the division. I mean, it's not good. You got a young Falcons team that is going to take several years for everything to mesh. The Buccaneers are just going to not be good. Quarterback situation is
That wasn't
horrible.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Carolina, rookie quarterback, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, they should come away. You got great coaches, veteran quarterback, some weapons. Defense always seems to play. So yeah, I mean, definitely winnable. I
Yeah.
think interesting that that obviously they must have talked to Derek Carr, don't bring him on in, so they'll fit together well.
Yeah, I
there.
agree, man. I hope they do.
Danny, I was wrong on both.
So
Who was the coach?
It was Ray Rhodes.
Oh, interesting.
They finished 6-9-1 there.
Who the fuck is that guy?
When did Andy Reid come over, then?
Got to be
2000?
It had to been.
So he was Steve McNair's coach. So it's got to be in. I bet it's 98. I bet it's 98. After that record, 98. But I thought Steve McNair was in the league a lot longer than that.
Yeah, he was. He was in the league for forever, it seemed like.
Steve McNair.
Why? No, why you
Steve
saying
McNair
McNair?
wasn't there. He was with the
Tennessee.
Titans. You're thinking of Cunningham or Michael Vick.
Yeah, sorry.
So you're only 1 year off. It was 1999 when he took over for the Eagles.
1989.
2012.
Who was the quarterback in 1989?
Jeez, 1999.
1990. Who was the quarterback?
Probably Donovan McNabb was 2 years after.
Donovan McNabb was
was
the
a cut-
name.
That's who
but
you're
it wasn't
thinking of.
99 though, right? It doesn't matter. We're going down rabbit holes now.
Yeah.
That's the name
Yep.
I wanted. It was Donovan McNabb. Sorry.
Yep.
Jeez. Crucify me. Hey,
What-
wait, hold on.
What do you think about the John Gruden thing?
John Gruden got offered another job after the Washington Commanders get rid of their owner. Real suspicious.
That's a good point, actually.
Real
Yeah.
real
Did you see
suspicious.
that? Speaking of that, you see they don't have the trademark on their names yet still, so it could potentially have to change again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna change the
They're getting
John
fought.
Gruden's
They're getting-
Commanders.
Yeah.
They're getting fought.
Yeah, over the name.
So I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, I'm not even close to kidding about this. I think I was talking to Luke about it, and we literally talked about this like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, first off, this owner, because the deal had went through or whatever. I'm like, this owner needs to power move this right now and change that shit ass name. The Washington football team actually started growing on me. I thought it was a joke at first, or whatever, but it actually started growing on me. The Commanders is dog shit.
Yeah, it's bad,
Right.
man.
Like, they had so many other better names to even have as own this, get rid of the old shit altogether, push out all the bad.
Yeah, start something new.
Yeah, start up something fresh. Like it's your own thing.
Yeah.
There's a million better names.
Moose
And for the
Knucklers.
love of the,
We'll say
and
the
for
rights
love
to the Moose Knucklers.
there you go. There you go.
The Washington Teabaggers.
I'm telling you right now, the very first thing he should do besides that, the very first one is actually get a true Sean Taylor statue done.
Yeah, something better than
Yeah,
that.
can we get it with him coming down with a machete with people with a gun pointed at him?
Are you 12?
No, I'm being. Who the fuck comes downstairs with a machete when they got guns?
He's a badass. What do you say, man?
Bad man. Except for he died. Got shot in the leg.
Yeah, in an artery,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a planned robbery.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Shoot me in the
Willis.
kneecap next time. I don't want to play NFL anymore.
But what do you think about the move to New Orleans? These rabbit holes are getting deep.
Yeah. So I'm glad. I'm happy for Gruden to a certain extent. You know, like I listened to his former players more than I listened to like some stuff that was put in there and all that shit. And a lot of them flat out said, like, I back John Gruden. Black players flat out said that. Like, he is not racist. He isn't that guy. He isn't. Who is the commentator that worked with him for years on Monday Night Football? He's like, I worked with John Gruden for years. There isn't a. No, stop it. You know?
Yeah.
So I think he was hung out to dry for whatever reason. I think they're also tempting, you know, kind of playing with fire a little bit yet, because there isn't like 5 years in between here. This is still kind of fresh. The lawsuit is on hold right now.
Yeah.
Get the knowledge while you can for his barred from the NFL.
Right.
You know?
Right. It's great for Derek Carr. I will say that. It'll help transition that. It'll be anything, as long as it works out. It won't be because whatever John Gruden shows him. It'll be if Derek Carr and the pieces they have put together, they could compete. Would they end up last year? They were like in the playoff conversation last couple
Yeah,
years.
7 or 8.
We were just talking. They could win that division.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll win the division. Barring health, I do believe they will.
They've got so much more talent than
Yeah,
everybody else,
there's
right,
no-
in that division?
Carolina's the unknown, I guess. That's the one that's kind of like a curveball. Atlanta we talked about, but it's like they brought in so many, but you still don't know what they're doing, really.
It's
you
just
know?
a young team. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Jaguars, you know, a couple years ago. It's going to take a while for them to figure out how to win games.
Yeah.
And
So, you know, interesting move in the sense that I think first thing that crossed my mind was the Saints, thinking it's a little ballsy. We're still in the middle of this lawsuit, kind of, you know, it's on hold, and it's kind of a swing there. So
Yeah, maybe the Saints
Yeah,
have something
I-
on the Commanders.
it will.
it
will
ain't
help.
going to matter because our boy Jameis Winston going to win that job.
Hey, man, we'll take that.
On pace
Carr
for
gets
82
hurt.
touchdowns.
82 tutties.
All we do is eat dough and still crab legs.
That's right.
Then he retires after those 82. I'm
Yeah,
done, bitches.
Done.
and the first
Middle,
thing
right? It's not even the end of the season.
Yeah.
and he wins
He's
Super Bowl MVP, and the first thing he's saying is, "I'm buying a sack of crab legs."
Man, that would be so good.
Eat
a
W.
And then there is a little bit, we can't get away from it, evidently. And that's the police conducted a welfare check on Mr. Ja Morant after his Instagram posts, gentlemen.
Yeah, he should just change his name at this point.
Did you guys see the post?
Yeah, well, I was going to read them to you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
His early on Wednesday, they've been deleted since. Messages and pictures on social media saying, "Love you, Ma," blue heart emoji. "Love you, Pops," blue heart emoji. And "You the greatest, baby girl," blue heart emoji. "Love you." He then followed those with a post that simply said, "Bye." Now, evidently, it said, officers went to Morant's home on Wednesday morning to check on him, and he is fine.
Do you think his mom authorized him that he could post them before he did?
I don't know.
I think it says a lot that the police went to check on him when, like how close are you to your teammates, man? Nobody sees that shit, and they're like, let's roll up. We're going to roll up with everybody. Let's go see how he's doing, you know? I don't know how close those guys are over
No,
there.
it was the fans that called the police, though. The fans are the one that
Right, that's
requested it.
that backs what he's saying even more than.
Mhm.
That his teammates aren't even the ones that called. If that's what you're saying.
Well, we don't know that, though.
We don't, but they didn't. But if you've seen stuff like that, and from one of your good friends on there, what would you do first?
I'm gonna call him and tell him to act like a.
No, you're gonna try to call him. You're gonna try to
Oh
call
yeah,
him.
try to call him. Yeah.
We had this instance.
Yeah, we always do.
We had that instance. Oh,
Yeah,
one of our buddies over there. He had a rough night or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, we've had those.
He didn't
instances.
answer. Didn't answer. Went over there. Welfare check, bro. Like walked right in. I didn't call the cops. You walk right in, figure out.
I had to do it once too.
You know.
I wish somebody.
But-
I did have somebody once give me a welfare check.
But that's what we're saying is that it's
And I
interesting
mean
to
a
say,
government check, baby. No, I agree. Danny's exactly right. It would be like, what have you done to your teammates, but cause drama on the team, cause all this to where they're like, fuck it, be gone.
Yeah, it just makes me think he's got like some legit mental issues. Because I don't care what he says after that. That was like, I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like in my head, when I read that, I'm like, he's gonna hang himself or something fucked up. You know what I mean?
or shoot himself with the gun that
Yeah.
he keeps posting on Instagram.
Right.
No, that's not a
right.
real gun.
Yeah, but no. In all seriousness, it's like, how else would you read that? By
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not taking it serious from this guy right now.
that's the other part.
Yeah.
Then we're doing the cry wolf, and then eventually he does. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That would be a sad. I
It's-
mean, now that you look at it, that would be a sad story. But it's like, you know, it's like, how many chances do you get? You are already successful in the NBA. You're living a percentage. I'm going to put you in the 1% of wealth, and you're going to leave because of your own actions. Your own actions got you there.
So what you're saying is you have no pity for it. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, you have no sympathy for it.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you can do it to yourself, but at the end of the day, when I do it to myself, I'm not going to. I know where I stand at the end of the day. It's me and mine. I did what I did. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
What'd you think, Rio?
Yeah, definitely weird. You know, we talk about how young he is and needing to grow up, and maybe it's just part of the whole deal. I mean, but yeah, he keeps doing this. Eventually, the team's gonna be like, you know, we don't need it. You know, you're out of here. You know, and you know, are other teams willing to put up with that no matter what your talent is? You know, like Miles said, you're living in that, you know, small percentage of people who get to play a game for a living and make millions of dollars. You know, there's other people out there that I'm sure are just as talented, you know, maybe haven't been discovered yet, but somebody else can get a shot for sure. So, yeah, he's got to be careful and figure out what's going on. Otherwise, he's going to be off an NBA team.
100%.
You know, and then, you know, if something is wrong with him, you know, mentally or whatever, then he, you know, might not be able to afford that kind of care or anything like that,
Well,
unfortunately. So
I mean, it's crazy that the best medical doctors are in prisons. This guy has millions of dollars and is apparently refusing to go to it.
Go to prison?
No, I'm stating that
He said the best.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
No. I'm stating that, you know, it's sad. Like, for people like me
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
guys, we go see a mental doctor. They're a less grade than somebody in the prisons.
Yep.
But then when you have millions of dollars, you know, you're
You
already
can get the best ones. is what
you
you're
can
saying,
get the best of the best. But this guy's refusing. He has some demons that need to be issued.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he hasn't. Like, really seeked help. Like, go talk to somebody for real.
That's
Like, there's obviously something, even before this, there was obviously something, like, somebody needs to sit down with you and be like, and first off, fuck all the dudes you hang out with, like they're fucking, like they're gangbangers and some bullshit, like they're on your side. If they haven't corrected you by now to tell you that you are fucking up, that you're being a moron, you don't need yes people all the time. Yes people, this is where you're going to get right here. This is exactly where you're going to get in life.
You got to get rid of the enablers.
Yep.
Got to get rid of the enablers.
Yeah, it makes me wonder because he was, how long did he go into that? I don't even know what kind of place it was, therapy or whatever. He went somewhere for like a week, right?
Nah.
Yeah, earlier in the season, right?
Yeah,
The first one,
like
yeah.
when he was suspended for I think 7-8 games.
Yep.
Like what the fuck is gonna get accomplished in a week?
You know what he
Right.
should do?
Right.
You know what he should honestly do? And I know you guys are going to make fun of this. I'm being dead serious when I say this. He should go with Aaron Rodgers, lick toads, and go live in Oregon underground and see what the fuck happens, dude. Like, I'm being dead serious.
Like, find yourself.
Yeah. No. Well, I'm saying like.
You could have went with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But I'm.
I like
decipher
it.
where the toads come in.
Yeah. But
Toads or toes?
But
What?
Aaron Rodgers, he goes through all these like
I've got
big
9.
mental things that grip him, and he knows they're gripping at him. And what's he do? I'm gonna go live in a fucking underground thing for a week, see what happens, and then he comes out. Now, I'm a Jets player. I mean, I'm not making fun of it, ish. But I'm stating like, you have all this money, dude. Don't sit around and waste it. Get yourself corrected. Not all of us have that luxury.
Dude, I wonder if we talked heavy about Ben Simmons, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, everything,
Never shot a
he's
3-pointer.
the best in the world. He never had anybody, whether it's tell him no, discipline him probably, different things like that. So when he had like real people hating on him, he couldn't handle it, right, in the NBA. Yeah, I wonder if it's something similar with Ja at this point. Like, because the media has been on him, not for the wrong reasons, really, right?
No, not
but
for the wrong-
everybody's been on him, and he's hearing all this negative shit that he's never probably heard from in his life. I wonder if it's actually fucking with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you're definitely more than onto something, but I actually think the media went light on him, especially after the first one.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't like they whooped him down for everything, you know, like, I don't know. I'm with you, like, in the sense, like, it also shows, like, it shows how you grow up.
He grew up soft.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Ben Simmons kind of had the same kind of thing. You know, you're built mentally tough a different way. You know, some people can do it with a wholesome family, some can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you have to come up from, and you have to go through a lot of fucked up shit in your life. He may have never went through that, and you're right. And this is his way of calling out, whatever, acting out.
Well, it's like I got told this by my uncle one time long ago.
Bend over.
Open it.
Besides that,
Open up.
my uncle
Don't
said
cry.
something to me when I was real young that didn't make sense. He goes, when you get older, look for the preacher's daughter. And I'm like, why would I look for the preacher's daughter when I get older? And he looked at me and said, you can only keep something caged up for so long. And when they get out in the world, they want to experience it. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Got older. The preacher's daughter ended up being the wildest thing on the market, boys.
Mm-hmm.
She's over here. She's over there. She's at your house. She's at the next dude's house.
What do
You
you
never
mean?
know.
What's that mean?
Just like playing Pokemon or what?
Yeah, just playing a lot of cards together
Okay,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Maybe butt stuff, too. You never know.
The Christian loophole. Christian loophole.
But I'm just stating, like, it's like all these kids, they grow up, you know, if you didn't have stern parents, you grow out thinking that you can say F you to everybody and anybody, and then the one time it happens, it ends
That
up
someone
being,
slaps you back in the mouth for saying it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like that one time isn't enough because it only happened one time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, hey, Jimmer, I think you have a story for us tonight, brother.
That I do. So, Gravel Travel Love 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
Volume 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do we know this one?
No. Actually,
Okay.
it's not Gravel Travel Love 2. So, a buddy of ours, and I'm not going to keep his name out because I'm surprised he's still alive. If he dies, we know why after this, okay?
Yes.
So, our buddy Joey tells me a story last week, and is talking about, another kid possibly, and she doesn't want to. Like, I think I'm good, whatever. And he's like, well, we never discussed this. Well, it's not really your choice, but it's also that weird conversation, right? And they have a beautiful daughter and all that stuff. Just over a year old now.
Yeah.
But regardless, he's like, and this is going to be a short and sweet one. He's like, well, he's battling with it back and forth. He's like, this needs to be more of a discussion. She's like, well, it doesn't mean the discussion is fully over. It's just right now it is. He's like, well, here's the deal. If that's going to happen, if that's what it's going to be, you're going to go get a boob job. And I'm like, I look at Joey, right? And I'm like, Joey, I'm not trying to say that I've noticed your wife, but it's kind of hard not to notice all at the same time. she's well endowed, right? He's like, no, I mean lift. I'm like, you said that to her?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I told her I wanted to perk up. I'm like, what? How are you alive? I'm like, how are you alive?
She didn't kill his ass, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's doing it in slow increments.
Yeah.
Oh,
no shit.
yeah.
Out in his cans of monsters.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, I couldn't believe the shit that came out of his mouth. I'm like, she just had a baby. You know, she's had 2 kids now in her age. I'm like, that's what breasts are supposed to look like.
Bro.
But I can't believe he said it to her. I'm like, you said that to her face. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he's still alive.
It definitely makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah. Or maybe he didn't, so I'll ask her and see.
We'll have to fire this up. Hey, I heard you enjoyed an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Something about your saggy tatas. Ring a bell?
Ring a bell.
God.
Yeah, just, what is that? Was that off of Knocked Up? So you want me to lose weight? No.
Yeah,
we just need you to
just
tighten
up.
up.
Tighten up.
Tighten up. He didn't even go about that. He's like, you're gonna get a boob job.
All natural,
Lift.
baby.
You're gonna
Swing
up
low,
your
sweet
lift.
chariot.
Swing low, sweet chariots.
Man, listen, Joey. She just said no for right now. It only takes that one night, man.
Right.
Where she's into it and fucking.
Put another girl up
She
in
don't know any
there.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's natural, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's regular.
100%.
3.
Yeah.
Three's company.
That is right. I did tell him that I would lower my stud fee and come over and give him a boy if he wanted, but
Yeah. Oh, that was part of this conversation. He's like, I agreed that we'd be done if we had a boy. That's what his argument was. We had a girl, so nah. She said, boob lift. Like, oh my God, Joe, you're alive. I don't wonder.
right.
Was she asleep when he said this? Like, are you trying to claim that?
He's hyping himself in the mirror. Yeah. Lift him tatas, girl. It's like, yeah, I said it.
It's one of those.
One of those.
God damn. Well, all right. Anything else, boys? We're about to wrap her up.
Good.
Let's do this shit. So, we're going to go ahead and start to wrap this bitch up, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that found us out on the interwebs, be sure to like, subscribe, share, the whole 9 yards. We really appreciate it. But where's the podcast available, Jimmer?
Anywhere and everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Let's go. And we love to tell a good story, including ones personal like that. So if you were a loved one, have ever had your husband, brother, whatever,
Uncle.
almost murdered, uncle, over something like that, we want to hear it. We love to tell these wild stories. But if you want to do that, go ahead and slide on in.
To our DMs, get us that story. We'll get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. You know, we do as well. We can omit names, anything like that. But we love those good stories. We'll keep them coming.
Let's go. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.
Discussions, I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right.